All right, so I'm gonna go over a few mistakes. So you can see this is sort of caves in a little bit and doesn't look quite as even as this side. In my desperation to get shade, I was moving the panels up, but I wasn't actually mortaring the inside of the house. So the panels were just basically sitting on the rebar, and eventually the rebar, with the weight of the panels, sort of caused this wall to cave in, and that's when I started actually cementing, was to try and stop the cave in. So I'll have to fill this in with some, sand and cement mortar mix to sort of make it look even. But yeah, that was one of the mistakes. Here, I'm gonna hop inside real quick. Also, this section is kind of hard to tell, but it's sort of weird. This panel's like all the way in like this. It's because when I was working up here, I pushed one of the panels in because the rebar mesh that I made wasn't tightly woven enough so that the panels wouldn't actually come through. So if I were to do this again, I would probably make the rebar. I would probably have more rebar to make sure that there's no open gaps. So you see, I had to add this piece here, this supporting piece, right? And over here, you can see I'm doing the same thing. I've added this one here, right? And so I'll put some panels up here to make sure that the panels don't fall in, because this big gap here, it's too big for the panels. I'll back up. You can see maybe a little better. So you can see if I were to put panels, sorry, I'm trying not to trip. If I were to put panels here, they would just fall in, right? The wire mesh also, because I used 4 foot, I probably should have used 2 foot or even 1 foot if they had it, and just used more strips, because it creates this like weird fold at the top where the dome starts to cave in. And this has been like, these weird folds have been a big problem mortaring the inside of this dome here. So this kind of gives you an idea. I just sort of slap it on and eventually I'll smooth it out all at the very end.